Rahul Gandhi today kicked off the Congress's 2014 campaign in Uttar Pradesh with a strong attack on the opposition. At rallies in minority-dominated Aligarh and Rampur, Rahul Gandhi said some parties depended on divisive strategies to stay in power. In a not-so-veiled reference to the Samajwadi Party, the BSP and the BJP, Rahul Gandhi said no political leader had died in the riots. It was the common man who suffered. But then the Congress Vice President changed tacks to highlight the UPA's development agenda. Anand Zanane and Sunil Prabhu have that report.
Rahul Gandhi chose the minority hubs of Aligarh and Rampur to launch the Congress's 2014 campaign in the most crucial state of the country. Amidst an atmosphere of polarization, Rahul said the riots were orchestrated by the opposition for maximum political advantage.
मुजफ्फरनगर में कोई राजनेता नहीं मरा, गरीब लोग मरे.
Rahul Gandhi is trying to be the first national level leader to seize the political opportunity in the aftermath of the Muzaffarnagar riots. He realizes that these people are vulnerable, especially the minority community, after targeted violence. And he not only sees this as an opportunity confined to riot-affected districts, but a phenomenon that spreads across western parts of Uttar Pradesh.
जब से समाजवादी पार्टी आई है, ये 100 से ज्यादा फसाद हो चुके हैं. राष्ट्रीय स्तर पे, नेशनल लेवल पे मुसलमान जो होगा, हिंदुस्तान में सबसे जो मतलब डेमोक्रेटिक पार्टी है, जो सबसे बड़ी नेशनल पार्टी है, मुसलमान उधर ही देखेगा.
But in a region where the Congress has virtually no political presence with just one Lok Sabha MP, Rahul Gandhi tried to steer the political discourse from the communal divide to development. These rallies, titled Dhanyavad or Thanksgiving, were meant to showcase the achievements of the 10-year UPA rule at the centre. From taking credit for the land acquisition bill to the landmark food security law, Rahul pitched his party as the voice of the poor.
तो पहले एक नारा हुआ करता था आधी रोटी खाएंगे, कांग्रेस पार्टी को लाएंगे. अब इस नारे को बदलना पड़ेगा. भरपेट रोटी खाएंगे, कांग्रेस पार्टी को लाएंगे.
The opposition was quick to pick on Rahul's errors. Sushma Swaraj tweeted, Rahul Gandhi in his rally said that the opposition was opposed to the land acquisition bill, whereas Jairam Ramesh had thanked me for supporting it. Mr. Rahul Gandhi, please have the courage to speak the truth.
हमने कहा कि अगर हमारी लैपटॉप सरकार तो उनकी लॉलीपॉप की सरकार है.
Call it a political gamble or not, Rahul Gandhi's focus for the 2014 elections is to reach out to the poor. But more importantly, for the first time after the Uttar Pradesh riots in Uttar Pradesh, Rahul Gandhi attacking political parties for the communal events, but staying short of naming his political adversaries. With Anand Zane, Sunil Prabhu in Aligarh for NDTV.
Well, Randeep Singh Surjewala of the Congress continues to be with us. We're also being joined at this point by Sudhanshu Trivedi of the BJP and Gaurav Bhatia of the Samajwadi Party. But let me begin with you, Randeep Surjewala. For all his talk of development today, how do you explain the choice of Rampur and Aligarh to launch the Congress's campaign in an atmosphere that's already been so polarized?
See, Mr. Rahul Gandhi has raised a very focused issue, and that focused issue is that in 2014, the discourse has to be development, the discourse cannot be divisive. That's the main message of his meeting. He has said we want to give to the people voice, opportunity, trust, and a rights-based approach. The discourse in this country has changed under UPA 2 and UPA 1. We have shifted the discourse of development from a welfare-based approach to a rights-based approach, and that is what was espoused by Shri Rahul Gandhi.
Now, Gaurav Bhatia, the first time Rahul Gandhi talks about the Uttar Pradesh riots, I mean, this is the first time a national level leader has actually spoken in Uttar Pradesh and fairly close to Muzaffarnagar in a sense. Hasn't he effectively blamed your party, the BSP and the BJP?
No, there isn't much substance in what Mr. Gandhi has said. It is a poor rhetorics, I would say. And why I'm saying this is because look at the content of his speech. He says that the Samajwadi Party government has been distributing laptops and it's only laptops and no electricity. This laptop scheme has been widely approved and has been accepted by the people of state of UP. And in fact, the central government itself tried to replicate this scheme and said that they will be also distributing laptops and tablets. If this scheme is so bad for the people of the state and the nation, then why is the central government imitating this very scheme? That shows that this scheme has been successful. Then Mr. Rahul Gandhi talks about the land acquisition bill. What he forgets is that near the election in 2013, they introduced the bill. But the very same bill lapsed in the parliament in 2007 and in 2011. They didn't care about the land acquisition bill then because the elections were not nearby. Then they get a number of ordinance just because the elections are nearby. Right to education comes without even proper infrastructure. And the HRD minister, Mr. Pallam Raju himself had admitted that they had failed to meet the deadlines and there were not enough teachers to implement the right to education.
Even before we get to all the developmental points that were made by Rahul Gandhi, the fact that he chose to take on Akhilesh Yadav in a sense on his own turf and brought up the fact of the Muzaffarnagar riots, slamming politicians for creating these divisions. He in fact made a very strong comment saying no politician died. This is divisive politics for a reason.
No, if I have gathered his comment correctly, it didn't name any particular party. As for the Samajwadi Party, since it is the Samajwadi Party government, we did everything that was possible to restore normalcy there and we acted promptly. It was unfortunate that human lives were lost and it is a learning lesson for even the government. We will ensure that the communal forces are not able to incite communal violence the way they did it in Muzaffarnagar. But just to say that it was targeted towards the Samajwadi Party when it was not mentioned, I think would not be correct. I am more on the content of his speech and I am trying to show that it lacked substance because all the achievements that he was talking about were brought because the elections are near, and for the last 5 years, this very government has been sleeping and there was a complete paralysis.